Alrighty, ladies and gents, guys, boys and girls, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Apologies about a late start, but as I always say, better late than never. So without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. Hopefully there's no issues with the microphone today. Let me know if there is. In the meantime, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Once again, looking forward to seeing what the charts have to offer for us here today. No trades yet for me today, so 2-0 though to begin the week, so it's been a fantastic, as I mentioned, fantastic March. I think it's 7-0 to begin March, so we're looking to see if we can continue on our winning ways. But guys, in the meantime, if you could, you know the drill, make sure to hit that like button. Any charts, any questions, anything you'd like for me to look at, I promise I will do that for you shortly. But in the meantime, guys, let's get cracking, and first of all, let's have a look at the news to see if there is anything of impact moving forward here today. Not too sure what's been going on overseas. This war could be over soon. I very much doubt that, to be honest. I think he's just trying to make people feel better, to be honest. But anyway, moving forward here today, nothing scheduled for our session here today. Moving forward into MY, nothing as well. The clock's changing. I think the clocks must be changing soon in New York, if I'm not mistaken. They have. All right, that's better for me and my team. Beginning to become a more reasonable time for me to trade into MY. So that's 11 p.m. now, and in a few weeks time will be 10 p.m. All right, good. So moving forward into MY, nothing as well today, but obviously tomorrow, big day with CPI. And let's get cracking, guys. Let's get cracking. Let's have a look at the gold. Let me invite TikTok online today as well. Try to stick around till London Open, but we'll see how the charts are going, guys. I will be on my team later on either way. I've got a bit to do, but anyway, guys, let's get into proceedings. Let's have a look at gold. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame here, and we can see big long lower wick to begin the week. We are now flipping back bullish, so once again pretty much tapping into that 5k region, just pulled up a little bit above it. We've since bounced so around that psychological round number. It's proving to be a really strong key level. On to the daily time frame here, and that long wick only to close back weak bearish would suggest that we have perhaps just grabbed further downside liquidity in order to make the move back up. Once again, we've pulled right back towards that 5k, the 5,080 to 100 region, which lines up with some previous resistance to the left, only to close well back above it. Not yet broken the high of the previous daily. If we did begin to break the high, we're running into some more resistance here to the left. Let's just mark in this big round number 5,200 wick on this bullish candle. It's just a bit above it. Above that point there, that's when we likely are going to be moving into some very clean traffic. Welcome TikTok, don't forget to hit that screen. Just analyzing gold here. On to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see is structurally we do remain bearish, guys, and we are up near the resistance. So logically, what is the preference when you're at a resistance? Well, if not, it will be to sell it, but not always. So we'll see what we've got in between, if in fact we could look for a potential buy, or we may need to wait for it to pull back. So I'm just going to draw in this level of resistance. Support, we're far off it. I mean, you could draw it in, but won't bother for the time being. Let's see what we've got in the M15. So as we can see, obviously above the 4-hour, the resistance here, which is the daily wick from last week, we do have some very clean traffic, and also above that psychological 5,200 region. On to the 15-minute time frame here, and structurally, guys, don't at me, but we are technically bearish the way I see it. This is the last significant lower high. This is the lowest point the market got to before we made a swing. Therefore, anything in between, we're technically going to be bearish in structure. So off the back of that, my bias remains pretty much neutral, to be honest, guys. It's more still swayed to the downside. And the fact that we are at a resistance, if we do respect this 4-hour resistance, respect the structure in the M15, I likely prefer to look for sell options moving forward today, just based off where we are. So what I'm going to do is mark in some support, first of all, in the minor time frame here in the M15, marking this level here. We'll also mark in the Asian session low. And what we're going to be looking for is, so first of all, sell options, guys. Price pops back up to the 4-hour resistance, taps in, breaks above the Asian range high, taps back into the Asian range high, maybe forms a bit of support above it, only to close back below it. And if that's the case, we're likely heading back well within the Asian range off the back of that. So long as it got some clean traffic, I would look for a potential sell from the 4-hour resistance. Now, further sell options, likely we'll have to wait until we pop below 51.55. So if price was to pop back down, it'd be fantastic if it can trigger in some buyers, trap those buyers, close below, retest, begin to pull away. At that point there's a high probability that we could in fact come back down to retest the Asian / daily candles low. So back of that, sells below at 51.54.50 is definitely another option. All right guys, so that's the sells. Now in regards to the buy option, seeing we are actually trending bullish within the current daily candle, and the trend within the structure itself is technically bullish. We are creating more a high low, high high, high low. If we do in fact pop back down to retest this 51.60 sort of region, and yet again form support above it, once again, so long as I've got the margin, I would still consider my options to take a buy from support, irrespective of the structure, irrespective of the fact we're right up near that 4-hour resistance. As long as we have clean traffic within the little range in the 15-minute, off the back of that, I would still look for an opportunity to take a buy. Further options for a buy would be on a deeper pullback. Price was to in fact tap into the support back of that 51.31, even sweep the Asian range low, only to close back above it. That to me would be a pretty good scenario to look for a potential buy option. And last but not least, buys above the resistance, which is that 4-hour level. So we'll leave that in at the high of that bullish wick. Buys above that 52.06, which also above that psychological 5200 flat mark. And we do have some pretty clean traffic to the left of that. Prior to that happening, I like to see is price triggering some sellers, trap those sellers, close above, retest, continuation. That would be my play to the upside on the gold. John Smith took all of about 2 seconds for TikTok for me to ban someone. Goodbye to you. My members, I have not even started a Zoom call yet. Sorry, I've been in a big rush, guys. I've had a massive day. Been up since before the birds, put it this way. Been up before 5 a.m. this morning. I didn't get back in till about half an hour ago, so been rushing around. Unless did make it to the stream. What was it doing? TikTok, Zoom. Oh man, don't tell me Zoom's giving me a headache. Is there any audio issues anywhere? Because Zoom's not picking up my microphone at all. It doesn't even appear. Audio is good. Test, 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 test. Look, my team, I'll run with it and I'll see if you guys can hear me on the Zoom call if someone joins shortly. I'm just organizing that link for you for the VIP. In technology, we really don't see eye to eye. All right, there you have it, my team. If someone wants to join, you can let me know the audio issue, if there is an issue, first of all. All right, YouTube, Franco, good morning to you. Balas, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on the YouTube stream. Sunbus Gone Links, as always, pleasure to have you in the chat. Yep, here again, hitting the like button as always. That's it, mate. Appreciate it. Jim, g'day to you as well. Welcome to you, my friend. Brad, hope you're well too, my friend. Welcome. Sunbus Gone Lens, Asian session performed really well. To be honest, I don't know if there were any really clean entries. I wasn't on the charts at all today. I've not had the time, to be honest, at all. So I've not taken trade today, unlike yesterday. Yesterday was the 2 wins. But good to hear perform well. I'm assuming you had a few wins. Jim, sweep 4-hour high. Sweep 4-hour high. You mean up above that 5200 region? Bill, good morning to you. Trevor, good morning to you. Lau, good morning, good day to you. And Carl, good morning to you, mate. Welcome to everyone on TikTok. 2 from 2. All right, King of Gold. If you're such a king, you will need to be on the stream trying to promote your own service. So goodbye to you, my friend. Never to be seen again. And that's the only comments from TikTok.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Hey, mate. How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, everything is okay.
All right.
Okay.
Nice one. Not sure it's saying like can't detect my audio, but it's working. So not much happening at the minute. Have a look at German 40. Not had a chance to analyze it. All right, so let's do a top down on it. So the weekly, we're tapping into a very strong level of previous resistance, which did turn support. Current weekly looking similar to gold, but stronger bullish. Long lower wick rejection, remaining above that 2300 flat psychological round number, which lines up with the resistance, which was previous support here to the left. Daily closed back a long liquidity wick candle, closing back bullish, suggesting we grab downside liquidity and prices to begin to break it. I do believe it could shoot up towards that 24 28 sort of region onto the 4-hour time frame. Still structurally bearish here. Obviously did feel that gap formed at the weekly open. We'll mark that in as most recent resistance. We'll make our way down to 15-minute. Likely we'll just mark in levels on 15 here. And a structure in that particular time frame, I would argue, is bullish. So the bias is pretty much flipped here on German 40. It's a neutral actually. So look for trades in either direction. That zone, if we do begin to close above it, do actually have some clean traffic to the left. And there's a bullish candle wick. Not a great deal of margin. But I would be more inclined to just drag that up a bit. It is cleaner above that point there. So for any buys above the resistance here, 23.85.1 would be the level for me to look for some continuation buys. Otherwise, I would be more bullish, and I'd be looking for buys from further down from support. I'd be marking this whole level in, so on a pullback, and I would consider the sells to that zone. Prices to begin to pop below the Asian range low, retest it and begin to pull away. So something like so, and I do believe we're heading back down further. So it's just a quick update. I don't trade it, guys, so not really interested in trading it, to be honest. That is pretty much what I look for. I'd also look for potential rejection sells from the resistance back below at 23.80. The prices pop back up only to reject. I don't see anything wrong with looking for a sell off the back of that. Anyway, back to what is of interest to me, that is gold. That was from yesterday, the trade from yesterday. To my team, I've added it to the journal, but I've not actually completed all the details to it, so I'll do that later when I get a chance. TikTok, make sure to smash that screen. Always tell you guys on TikTok, jump across to YouTube as well. Didn't stream on TikTok yesterday, was streaming on YouTube. Always will be streaming on YouTube. We took a nice win. And the minute the charts are trash, just consolidating, really trash. To be honest, I was considering not even bothering streaming when I saw the way the charts were. But who knows, maybe things will be shaken up a little bit. We are now, obviously, first 7 minutes, 8 minutes of Frankfurt Open here. So volume may start to pop in shortly. Alright, so it looks like the risk on assets and obviously indices. So Bitcoin has bounced up, probably off the back of the news, the markets are maybe spurred by the fact that Trump thinks the war will be over soon. I highly doubt it, to be honest. I reckon this one's going to drag out. 4 to 5 week estimate, and what if it's not? The market's going to absolutely shit the bed again. So I just don't see it happening, in all honesty. Every day they just seem to involve more and more Middle Eastern countries. China and Russia keep sending out the warnings. So I just can't see how it's going to end anytime soon. And obviously with the oil controversy off the back of it all, I think it's a third of the world's oil supply comes from that region. So it's a fair whack, obviously. No, here they're telling Aussie mayors not to panic buy fuel. There's rumors that the fuel will run dry within a month. I mean, who knows? Alright, it'd be really nice if it actually made it clear movement back down now, and deeper the better. 5160 region would be fantastic. TikTok guys, if we could continue to smash that screen, let's get numbers onto the stream. And YouTube guys, if we could hit that like button as well, that would be much appreciated.
Hey Justin.
Yeah mate, what's going on?
Maybe you can add to your chart an I.C. buy on the lowest support to the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Maybe to have it on
yep, the cluster. Yep, for sure. One of the favorites. I mean, it worked yesterday. We worked fantastically on the 30-minute. We took it on stream. Yeah, that's valid. Cluster MC. IC MC. Nice one, mate.
Yeah, I'm looking out also a little bit more to spot this on.
Yep. It's working really well, but what I personally what I have discovered, if there's one at a similar level but maybe a little bit higher up in M15, you got one lower down M30, or if it's a 30-minute one a little bit higher up and you got one down on the 1 hour, just the tad below it, I choose the higher time frame. For me, the higher time frame is the one that holds the stronger precedence. We don't have it one here on the 30. I wouldn't call that one on the hourly, to be honest. It would have been had that been not there, that bullish candle, that bearish candle, sorry. It's bullish and bearish. So yeah, so in this case it's only the 15-minute time frame, so definitely valid at that point. Platformation, there is a free community, but not much goes on, to be honest. It's more just alerts for the streams and that type of thing, and content that I drop on YouTube. And the pay group is extremely cheap, and way too cheap for what it is, but I want to make it that way so everyone can have a chance who is interested in learning. Color everything's pretty crap looking at the moment. It is. Gold is just rubbish at the minute. Have a look at silver. Looks pretty much the same as gold. Silver, oh geez, almost taps into a cluster RFC. It would, yeah, the delayed slash cluster RFC here. Close to tapping into it. It's just not a great deal of margin value, pretty much in consolidation.
So yesterday I took an EU sell, which I mentioned in the group.
Yeah, nice one.
Did you seen it?
I heard it. You say you took one. I didn't see the actual entry though, to be honest.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just busy blocking another idiot on TikTok. That's three so far today. How many can we get, guys, today? How many will I block on TikTok today? I think that's a record for the first 15 minutes of a stream. 3. Yeah, sorry mate. EU, I did hear you take it. Did you send?
It was 3 hours after Frankfurt Open on the EU.
It's yesterday. Frankfurt Open is.
Yeah, 3 hours later, it's Frankfurt Open. So
it's around here.
See the, yeah, correct. You see there's a rejection of the resistance. Then we created, there's a bearish wick, bearish candle, and after the break of this bearish candle slope, I get in. 5 pips, ZPE, and then price went up to put me out at the end, to take me out.
Yep.
And then price went down again a little bit more, but it was okay. So I took 5 pips profit.
Yeah, well, you would have had a tight stop loss, so
yeah.
And it's the good thing about trading the majors, you can scalping, you can get a 4 or 5 pip stop a lot of the time based off the previous candle or entry candle.
Yeah, it was a long time that I traded EU and GU, so but it was looking very nice. So because of this nice
the rejection, this candle and this candle, and even the entry candle.
Yeah,
nice
but the entry candle didn't have it before. So,
okay. And then popped up.
Yeah, correct.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you.
Back to the gold, and we're not doing a thing here. We're not moving on the gold. Information, it's right above my head on the screen. Just look above my head on the TikTok stream, mate. It says it there. I wonder if people read. Tells you what code there is. Yeah, if it's forward or not, I'm not sure for you, but I mean, it definitely is. I mean, but depending on each individual circumstances, you'd be looking at $20 odd a month with that discount code. So it's tough all considering, but everyone's circumstances are different. Michael, good day to you. Not bad, mate, not bad. Just been busy, been extremely busy. I hope you're all, mate. I haven't seen you about much in the members group, but we'll be on a call with you guys later. Be interesting. I'll be on the laptop. Been a while since I've tried to do a MIMS call from the laptop, but I'm expecting some sort of issues when it comes to, you know, software and technology and all that, but I'll give it a crack. I won't be home. Be still puppy seeing the behemoth dog. Been working late? Oh, fair enough, mate. Always feel free to reach out though. I hope the markets were crazy yesterday, big losing day for really. We had I had a fantastic day, 2-0 for me. I know some of the members had some nice wins. I know Josh was killing it during the Asian session. I'm pretty sure you held on. So mate, you've been absolutely nice profits at the minute. So the members I think have been doing pretty well, to be honest. March has been fantastic. So it's just again trading exactly to your strengths. Yesterday was the EIC cluster entry, which was absolutely perfect. But not been any more perfect. Tagged in, no drawdown, straight up to about 70 pips. Secured profits in the way, and then popped back down to tag out the runner. Earlier I took just a standard interruption entry, which also was perfect. And it's been a fantastic March, to be honest. It's been a fantastic year. Live formation, all good, mate. You're more than welcome. Apologies to my team, so I've not had a chance to look at the intraday / swing side of things. Hopefully tomorrow I have a bit more time to concentrate a bit on that. Silver's still not tapped into that interruption there. Let me have a look at the 2 hour here. Oh, look at that. I thought there'd be one there based off the 30-minute candles. Yeah, that would have worked perfectly. That would be a cracking entry. So this is the one time frame I forget to check is the 2 hour. But there was a valid interruption on the 2 hour here, which would be safely running in profit. Herbert, looking at selling 51.90, looks like a big rejection zone. Is that similar to your zone? Yes, correct. Yeah, 51. Mine starts at 51.91.93 to be exact. It's based off the 4 hour. But you technically have resistance at 51.84, also based off the 4 hour. So I mean, you could mark that in. There's nothing wrong with it. It also lines up the Asian range high. Let's just remove these drawings. Michael, maybe next week we'll do members, mate. No, nice one, mate. All good. All good. Yeah, hopefully catch you on some of the calls. And Herbert, also, do you think this is the beginning of times like 2008 Great Depression? 2008, I mean, it was recession. I don't know if it was a Great Depression, was it? I could be wrong. Possibly speaking, could be even worse if oil supply is cut. I mean, some major Western countries apparently will be running out of oil within weeks. Oil is what runs an economy. Everything basically relies on oil in regards to production. So without it, obviously it brings up to a halt. Production brings to obviously will make inflation, prices rise, which will also lead to people less eager to spend because it's going to cost more to get what necessities. So it's going to have a massive impact on the economies. And at the moment, I think basically what we're seeing in the indices is basically just whatever Trump says in regards to what's going on. Yesterday he was happy and saying that the war could be over sooner than predicted and what people think. The market's pumped off the back of that. But as soon as it drags out, expect the markets to dump. Now, I mean, equities, I believe, are going to be completely bashed left, right, and center. Yeah, I think this could even be bigger, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, 2008 and the Great Depression, money flows in patterns, and it seems we're going into. Well, that's what I mean. It's definitely similar. The money is all. The economy is all about credit. Everything's built off credit. So the banks create money out of thin air. The governments basically do that. Well, the governments do that. They obviously try to spur the markets by quantitative easing. When stimulus policies, that type of thing. Handing out free cash. At the end of the day, it just comes back to bite you on the backside, though, doesn't it? Because it's got to eventually, they'll need to repay it. And how does that happen? Through taxes. So, in order to keep the economy afloat, we're likely going to have to buy handouts and packages, to be honest. But it's just going to lead to, kicking the can down the road, and it's going to be the same shit moving forward. So it kind of, as bad as it is to say, you kind of need these, recessions. I mean, we are pretty much, the Western world is pretty much in a recession without admitting it. It is. Depressions, I mean, not great, but you kind of need it just to reset things. Why it's good to trade, because we're not affected. All we're affected by is really the volume more than anything. WB Runny, buy or sell? Well, at the current level, I'd look to try to buy it unless it's possible below 51.54.5, but wait and see. Just because it's at that level doesn't mean I can just buy it. I need to wait for a confirmation. Trevor, what's my opinion on POC levels? POC. Not sure what you're referring to be honest, my friend. I'm simple price action, so I have no idea what half this terminology is. I was probably one of the last ones to actually look up fair value gaps because everyone kept asking me about it and I had no idea what I was talking about. Price and control liquidity zones. We're talking about zones. That's what I call them. Support and resistance. All these technical jargon. It's just support resistance. That's what you're referring to. What's my opinion of them? I think they're very important. That's why I'm looking for trades from either around those levels or as price pushes away from those levels. If that's what you're talking about, mate. I mean, it's what I do every day. So of course they're extremely important to me. And to me, this is all a price of control, as you referred to it. For me, I just refer to as simple liquidity, and these wicks give me my zones. Basically speaking, what it is it's just accumulation. Could drag that down, to be honest. That pretty much includes all the wicks, and below it's much cleaner. So it's very important the way I see it, and that's pretty much what I do. I trade around those levels. But just because price is at it doesn't mean I take a trade. I need to await a confirmation. In the minute, there is none. We're just doing absolutely stuff all here on gold. Let's go on TikTok. At some point, jump across the YouTube stream. Didn't bother streaming on TikTok yesterday. We had a nice win on YouTube. It's kind of how I roll now on TikTok. I can't be bothered because I know a lot of the time I'm gonna just ban so many people trying to promote their own signal group or some bullshit. But jump across to YouTube at some point. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll find me there Monday to Thursday, pretty much a given. But I understand now. I agree. So many different names for the same thing. Thank you. All good, mate. All good. It's, yeah. I just refer to it as support resistance. Some call it supply demand. And that's the first I've ever heard of price of control, to be honest, mate. Never heard of that at all. But you live and learn, don't you? Oh, looking at EU for our closure and retest buys EU. Okay, yep. So close above and then retest. Yep. Yeah, it'd be really good if it could pop above. Decent point of entry to the downside below the support as well. It's 30 minutes until London Open, and we are not doing much at all here. We're doing a whole lot of nothing at the minute. 6L turning up, possibly. I've been looking at a couple of currency pairs, but only on 4 hour. It's actually a lot easier for structure. Just needs to alerts more. Yeah, it is. I mean, there's less noise. Obviously, the higher you go up in time frame, so less candles. I mean, it's here. It's quite evident. It's, for instance, on gold. It's just it's in a range here on the 4 hour at the resistance. But it will obviously look a lot clearer than when you go down to the minor time frames here. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Same thing would apply on EU. Let's have a look at the 15 now. Yeah, 15 does definitely look more messy than the 4 hour, but it's plain simply because there's more candles. Had a fragrance arrived from the US actually, and I'm bloody pissed off. The atomizer's broken. It works, but gets stuck every time you press it. You gotta pop it back up again if you want to. Every time you want to spray it, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, German 40, at a point of interest, so far respecting, potentially rejecting. 10 minutes left for this M15. So what would be nice to see for those who are interested in trading German 40 is, in fact, we do pop back down to the Asian range high. If this 5 minute can close, for instance, well, it's just closed, that's alright. So maybe if this one can close somewhat like so, and then the last 5 minute candle of this M15 can close something like so, what it's going to do is end up closing the M15 a strong bearish candle, rejecting the 4 hour resistance. And what I'd be looking for is you'd be entering back below the Asian range low, upper wick, and as price begins to pop below your candles low, that would be a really good entry. It's something I would definitely consider. Or if it did this instead, it's still valid, where perhaps this 5 minute candle closes strong bearish, and then you have a little pause candle in the next M5, and it's still going to close the M15 similar to what I just drew up before. Off the back of that, as price begins to break the minor support in the 5 minute and the M15 minute candles low, the following candle, that's your entry. That's something, anyone who is interested in trading German 40, that's something you could look at. But there's a chance it could just shit the bed right now. There's nothing much can do about that. Right back where we started the stream. So absolutely nothing going on again here on gold. And Herbert, when I'm consistent, doing really well, lots of wins in a row, it often flows with a losing streak. Yeah, I mean, it's all part of trading. Are you doing anything impulsive, or you're just sticking to exactly the way you trade, sticking to your rules, same analysis, same type of entries, that so on and so forth? Or do you maybe, you know, when you're on a bit of a winning streak, go a little bit more risk on? But I mean, it happens. Took off the back of, I think it was, I don't know how many wins in a row it was to begin the year. Took 2 losses in a row after that. Again, I've barely lost since, to be honest. Been taking tons of trades. I mean, Asian session has been fantastic. Been calling trades with the members after it too. I'll take many losses at all. Last week was 5-0, this week so far 2-0. It's just the things. Stop spamming the chat. Radioactive spaghetti. What do you want for your radioactive spaghetti? What do I have? Tell me what you want. Could do with a good dose of radiation. Radioactive spaghetti. Gold pushing back up again. We're just consolidating here, so not a lot going on at the minute, but let's keep an eye on it. Perhaps if we can pop up to this resistance and we get a 15-minute. So we really like this to pump actually in the next 3 minutes 45 seconds, and then perhaps the next 15 can close back bearish and we see if we've got some 5-minute support. That's something to look for, a potential sell to back off the break of the 5-minute support and bearish 15-minute candle. What do you have? Show me your base. What base? Elmishim, welcome to you. Going buzz 51.60. Okay, nice one. Looking good, so just don't take a loss from here. Steel and brain rot. I don't know where you're heading, to be honest with that. Oh, Michigan? No, I'm in Melbourne. Oh, Melbourne, Australia. Same sort of shithole as the UK either way. So, the Riddler US 30, check US 30. The only stream does it, and no one still get less numbers than the others, and win rate is fantastic. Everyone else will say, send me a chart, send me a chart. I'm the only one who doesn't. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Alright, US 30, my opinion of it. I don't like generally trading it because of these big gaps, usually at daily open and close. But anyway, let me see you ask so nicely. Didn't say please, but you still are, so we'll look at it. Weekly, it's tapped into some support and it's flipping back bullish, lower high, lower low to previous candle. But again, as with NAS, as with Gem40, as with BTC and the cryptos, back of what Trump has come out and said about the war likely ending sooner than later, which I still don't believe. US30 has got a bit of a bit off the back of that. As soon as it's dragging on, watch this thing dump onto the daily. Now, almost got bullish counter probabilities. What you do have is a strong bullish close. Did tap into some support here to the left. For beginning to break that previous daily candles high, good chance it could continue to push bullish, but also, having said that, not much need for it to pop back down and break its own low. So let's mark that point in two. Making our way down to the 4 hour. This looks exactly the same as German 40, I think it was. So we got some resistance a little bit up ahead. We'll mark that level in. This not yet confirmed support, but we've definitely got support in 15, so we'll mark that level in. And that is the current area that we're trading within. Structurally, it is bearish. So we've got the bearish structure on the 4 hour. We've got the daily candles bullish, weekly, previous weekly. It's bearish, but the current one's forming strong bullish. 15-minute structure is also bullish. Off the back of that, I'd be more looking for further upside potential. Be marking that level as well to the left, and I would prefer buys a little bit upon continuation anyway, a little bit above that previous daily candles high. Once it starts to pop up, 47,899 to be exact, you guys pretty clean traffic up to the highs of the 4 hour resistance. So for that matter, that's what I'd be looking at. It's come from pretty far though, so I would prefer it to trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers, close above, retest continuation for a potential buy. But seeing it is at some resistance, and if price was to begin to reject, consolidate below the resistance, even sweep it only to come back below, begin to pop below support formed at resistance, and there could be an option to take a sell back down. What I'd also look for is, and you've got it right here, and that lines up almost perfectly with the Asian Central Range. This to me is a perfect interruption entry on the M30. So you got a delayed M30 interruption back near the Asian range high. So based off that, potential limit orders. Otherwise, I'd be looking for price to pull back towards that 47,520 and form a support yet again from that area to look for buys back up and sells below the daily / Asian range low. That is exactly what I'd be looking at just quickly on US30. Don't trade it. It's a massive asset class. I just trade gold. Gold provides me more than enough. Oh, Michigan, thank you.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, mate, what's going on?
Good. How about you?
All good. Bored. I was just doing nothing, so.
Kind of just waiting.
You'll wait. Yeah.
I did
GU?
post no, GU. I did post a GU chart, a GU trade just before I took it. Worked out pretty well. I think I posted it in the group chat, I think.
GU?
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks pretty good on your chart.
Yeah.
What time frame was it?
15. Already hit a full TP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice one. That rejection would have probably put me off a little bit. You took it on impulse, did you?
Yeah, I took it on the impulse.
Okay. Okay, I mean, I can see why you took it. Tapping back into that resistance, which technically, I mean, that is the Asian range high.
And that's a 4 hour zone as well. That was a 4 hours zone. So it break above it. Tap back into it. I took it as it's breaking down.
Nice one. Oh, almost tapped into the delayed interruption as well.
Yeah, I was hoping it would get back down there. I would have taken another entry there, but it did not quite happen.
You got multiple ones here.
Yeah. Also, the one below, I was waiting for it, but it never
came back.
So yeah, it never came back.
Yeah, it's something to maybe consider later if it does. But rejects, pops up, rejects the 4-hour level. Nice one. User, what do you think about buying oil? What's the price right now? It's probably a bit late. Alright, so it's dropped quite a lot since, obviously, probably again, once again, off the back of the news from Trump stating that the war's not going to go for much longer. Which I still find it very hard to believe. It's not reflecting in the oil price, the petrol price here anyway. Because petrol price is just skyrocketing. And remember, guys, like, oil has never been these levels. So a lot of it's to do with things like taxes and that. Because when oil was back at these levels back in 2014, 15, it wasn't the same price as what it is now. So a lot of it is bullshit, in all honesty. They could curb it easy when it comes to how much they tax it. The government excise, they could really cap it. Obviously, if there's not the supply coming, that's the issue. But at the moment it's dropping. I'd still prefer to buy it though. I'd be looking for strong levels of support. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, the interruption on oil worked as well. Delayed interruption. A little bit of drawdown, and look at it, more than 1-to-1 there. So yeah, we don't get enough credit on the stream, honestly. We kill it. If anyone trades oil and watch the stream, you had an entry there. Pretty strong level around that $78 mark. So lines up some previous resistance, so perhaps for a price to come back down towards that $78 region, and then I'd be more interested. For me, I'm personally not going to bother trading it. And it is obviously previous support in 15, which was previous resistance to the left. You can drag it all the way across, lines up perfectly. But yeah, so around that level is where I'd really start to become interested if I was trading oil. It does in fact pop back down further. And when it comes to, so these, you guys TikTok can't see it, so I always say jump across to YouTube. These currency pairs, YouTube, you guys can see on the side here. Basically I'm there for looking at intraday / swing opportunities, not scalping. And simply just have levels marked in and wait for price to get to a level. So that's what I do with them. And Herbert getting ready for 51.90 sell. Could happen. Charts were definitely more fruitful yesterday, that's for sure. Thank you to new sub. Slim, welcome to the bandwagon. Thank you for joining YouTube membership. Welcome to the team. I have to let me know what to call you. If that is correct. Slim. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, but thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. I think I need another 2, and that will unlock some more things I can actually do with that tier, that system, the YouTube memberships. But I do appreciate it nonetheless. I mean, days you really can't bother streaming, to be honest, but I always tend to stream on YouTube. It's the days I can't bother, I don't bother with TikTok. So I say TikTok, jump across to YouTube. Better off. Just over 4.5 minutes. 4.5 minutes remaining until session open here. Crispy honeybee. Well, I do a call after this stream, like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes after, or an hour and a half after, just depends. Usually 4 days a week. The Monday call is generally for anywhere between about, depends how many people are on the stream, 30 minutes to an hour. And it is an education call, but we do look at the charts. We do, with last Monday we took a trade, it was a win. Tuesday and Wednesday are the longer streams, they go up to an hour and 45 depending. And that is because the times are changing. So obviously in another few weeks from now, my session will be 10 PM my time, which will be a lot easier for me to actually be up to trade as opposed to midnight. So I mean, generally speaking, there's at least 4 members calls a week, members only calls after the stream. Sometimes 5, sometimes London, Friday, I jump on with the members even though I'm not streaming. Yeah, it's just it's all to do with the time difference. I will be in Thailand again in basically 2 weeks from now, which is a little, it's better. It's much better when it comes to the time difference. It means NY Open is like 7 PM there. By the time I get there, I think it'll be 7 PM. But some evenings I won't be at home. Question mark, what's the difference in the subs, by the way? In regards to the VIP, the annual is just the VIP, but you get it a bit cheaper, obviously, because you're buying it the annual upfront. Otherwise, the VIP monthly gets you access to everything. Platinum gives you 2 private calls a month, along with everything. And that's about it, I think. And then there's the course. The course you want it outright, separate, but you get all that included with the group, so there's not much need for it. But some people don't really want to be involved in the group, so they might just consider purchasing the course. But anyway, guys, it's under 2 minutes until session open. Not much is happening at the minute. We're still below resistance. It's 4-hour resistance. Is there any option to sell gold? That's the only potential chance at the current level. Go back to the 5. I need support to form, which will have to be this candle, which will mean the 15 is going to close back too strong bullish. So likely not at the minute, but stick around a little bit longer. Can't be on too long, but I mean, we'll see a little bit. And so please, what broker you use, type into the chat. Yeah, definitely closing too strong bullish in order to look for any sells at the minute. And I'm not buying into the resistance, so to me there is nothing for London Open still. Have a look at German 40. Alright, so it's not done what I wanted, but buys look good. Candles closing strong bullish above. Buys look, oh, no upper wick. Oh, anyway. Get that. Do have an interruption though, so that's not a bad entry. We have a 15-minute interruption here on German 40 for anyone who does trade it. I have that bearish candle. Gold open straight up. No lower wick. Tempting to sell it, but I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Good chance gonna create that lower wick. We saw it yesterday, you guys, if you remember, waiting for it to pop back down to create a lower wick and then pop above a resistance, close above it. For those who are on the stream on YouTube, I wasn't on TikTok. And it almost happened. But it ended up rejecting, creating that lower wick and rejecting further. So that's why I don't take, in this case, any buy without the wick in the opposite direction. It's a little bit too impulsive for a sell. Stick around to see how this 15-minute closes, because if it does close something like this, then I would look to potentially sell it on the next M15. So at this rate, if we are to get a trade on today's stream, it'll be a sell. Is that lower wick? An entry I put to bed this year, did take a few times last year, and it actually worked really well, but it's just very impulsive. What I mean is when price opens up and it's at a resistance, opens up straight bullish, taps into around a 50% mark off the zone, it's to just impulsively sell it. In anticipation, there's a good chance it's going to pull back to create a lower wick. Easily have taken profit in between. Would have worked again today, but again, it's very impulsive. But look at that. Wow, big rejection. Alright, so we've got 5-minute support here. I would love for the 15 minutes close below it. Maybe bounce off the 5-minute support, but end up closing below it. That's likely what we're waiting for. And if in the meantime just dumps, then not much I can do. Wow, look at that, silver. Respected that perfectly in the end. Oh. Fantastic to see either way. And even here. That would have worked too earlier today. Wow. Herbert's got to hit 50, 190 for a dumps. I mean, possibly, but not necessary. It could dump before it back down to the support grab enough liquidity, head back up to tap into that region still. Alright, so let's see. It'd be nice if this 5-minute close back bullish followed by a bearish engulfing on the last 5-minute without it completely dropping. Maybe something like that, and then we'll close the M15 strong bearish. Close the M15 looking pretty much like so. Off the back of that, upper wick. Price begins to break, clean trap to the left. That would be the entry. Alright, so this closes bearish, then we'll be waiting for the next candle to close weak bullish. Similar scenario in the M15, we'll still close it back strong bearish after tapping in. But also look for a sell off the back of that. So that's the last roll of the dice for today's stream. That's what we're currently waiting for. Meantime, if it drops, is what it is. I'm not going to be in it. Bearish engulfing liquidity candle potentially here as well. Looks like we're potentially coming back up here on the 5-minute, so could be the first one I spoke about. I mentioned bullish followed by strong bearish engulfing, and off the back of that, perhaps we could have a little sell option. eBay. How long you been training? 9 years. This is 9th year. You always learn though, you always adapt. I mean, favorite entry of pretty much myself and the group, we only uncovered the last year and a bit. Probably about a year and a half now. We've even adapted that. So you never stop learning. Put some of the old entries to bed, to be honest, because they're not strengths of mine. I don't really feel as comfortable trading them. So I've always say to my team, if you're not comfortable in a trading in general or a particular entry type, just don't trade it. Just focus on what you are more familiar with and what you are comfortable trading. But for the most part, it all comes down to pure price action for me, and I know exactly what I want to see at each level, and that keeps me, you know, in the right direction when it comes to longer term perspective. eBay, large profit, biggest mistake while trading. Largest profit, I can't remember in all honesty. Not thousands and thousands, guys. I don't trade a massive account, but it is in the thousands, but not, I'm not talking about the upper end of this. It's not like 100k or anything like that. Biggest mistake was acting on impulse and emotion, which every trader has that moment. Biggest mistake, luckily enough, was more on smaller accounts where I just thought I'm just going to roll the dice here and go full margin, and that was back in the day. Wouldn't do it now. That was literally back to about 2019, 2018, the early days, and most of that was on crypto, where I literally just chuck in 500 or a grand and try and flip it. I was trading it like a casino, basically. I had no idea what I was doing. Biggest mistake otherwise is just taking so long to realize just if I followed a plan, because I actually knew what I was doing, I could actually be a profitable and consistent trader. It took me the best part of 3 years to realize that, though, to be honest. Mo Lion, all good, mate. Can't read that name. Does someone want to help me pass an eval? Got 1k drawn out and left. Careful with the mate. And what they're designed for, they're designed for traders to fail. If they're hard-earned cash, and I'll pay the few profitable ones with that cash. And a lot of time, you guys are going to jump straight back in and pay for another challenge, and same thing. It's an endless cycle. So perhaps give it a break and learn to become consistent and trade the plan. Hopefully you're doing that, and if you are, then perhaps it's just a bit of bad luck this time around. eBay, what broker? Up into the chat. I think it'll hit 51.90 at some point. Great advice. It's all good. It is what it is. I thought about going down that route. Did do it at one point, and again got denied a payout, and it's just burned me. It's really put me off it on a massive account, 300k account. My mate got denied a payout as well. We had different reasons. Basically, they come with some bullshit excuse for the two of us. So, you know, I'm very reluctant to get back into it. So, happy to trade my own capital at the minute, making some good returns from it. So, all good. You don't have to worry about some stupid bloody parameter that does not even exist, but they make it exist when they don't want to pay you out. My line, well, if I don't have the capital of money to trade on live account, do I have any other options then? No, I understand that, but you got to think about it. In order to pay for the access to these valuations, you're using money. So if you're not ready to pass it, if you've got issues when it comes to discipline and you're flunking them constantly, then just save that money and slowly build it up. I've flipped some small accounts pretty quickly at times, to be honest, trading gold. Obviously here in Australia you got less leverage, so it's a lot tougher to actually do that, but I understand it. But maybe learn to maybe, I don't know what your issue is, maybe it could be slight issue of execution. That might not be the problem. Could be emotions, could be following plan, I don't know. I'm not saying it is, I'm not judging you because I have no idea. But if it is, then perhaps you are better to just, for the time being, chill with when it comes to evaluations. Save your money. Continue to maybe paper trade at the same time, or just open up a small account, chuck in a couple $100, and just learn to respect it. And then once you have enough capital to put into an account and you've proven to yourself you can be consistent and, you know, profitable, then just add your own capital. You don't have to worry about stupid rules and all that. Not allowed to hold a trade at a certain time, or, you know, after a certain amount of trades a day or a month or week, whatever it is. I have no idea. They've all got these stupid rules, to be honest. So that's just my recommendation. But again, I don't know what you know, is causing you to maybe be close to losing the account. Could be, again, could be just bad luck. Could maybe just hasn't gone your way this time. You're in Sydney? Yeah. Well, it's, I mean, to me it's no issue, but I can understand for someone with a smaller account having that only the 1 to 30 leverage can be a little bit restricting. But it's also for a good reason, because you had enough like myself when I first started trading, just treating it like a casino, blowing a trade on blowing an account on one trade. Over, you know, abusing the leverage, we had 500 to 1 back then, so it was very different. I used to flip some $500 accounts into something pretty substantial and then blow it a few days later. That's how it was. Ellie, May Aesthetics, what strategy? Price action. Analyze, confirm, trade as the profile. So you just have to watch. There's different ways to get involved, but there's this one here, interruption. Nowhere near tapping in though in a minute. Mo, no, I've not tried alpha. The one I was I had an account with was called Only Funds. Should have known, because it sounds a lot like OnlyFans. So, but at the time they were paying out. We had proof, and it may have been paid out. Shit, the fan when they changed over ownership. That's when it all went downhill. And still, I remember checking the reviews when they started to become a little bit dodgy. When I saw something pop up on my terminal that I'd never seen before, and all the reviews started, all the shit reviews saying they denied my payout, sort of blew this rule, which is not even a rule in their regulations, and the same thing happened to me. So as soon as that happened, I knew I was done. Locked me out of my account, couldn't trade it for 30 days, and then that was what they actually determined to be the hard breach in the end. And it's just part of it, and that was money. That was like 6k for me to set it up. So Jim, totally agree. Justin, trade your own money. Yep, I agree. You just respect it more, to be honest. May take longer to get a more substantial return if you're on smaller capital, but it's much more rewarding and you feel so much better for it, to be honest. Trevor's price action, SMC, same. Don't think so. SMC is just certain levels, and I'm not sure what confirmations they use to enter, because I don't know what SMC is. Smart money concepts, I know what it means, but I think smart money concepts just sell resistance by support. I have no idea. I don't know what their confirmations are. But anyway, guys, not getting a trade just now. I can see it. Charts are shit. I'd be looking for price pilots 51, 91, 92 to up to 5200 and look for rejection for some possible sell options. Still consider it back at 5160 for some buys, or the interruption cluster back at 5139.10 is definitely on the cards. Otherwise, buy spot at 5206. But otherwise, charts are shit house, guys. Just tread lightly, be careful. Gotta go walk this massive dog and feed him, and then feed myself. So my guys, I'll keep you posted. Give me like at least an hour, probably an hour and a half maybe. I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah, maybe I would have some issues not attending.
All good, mate. No worries. All good.
Okay, we'll see.
Not a problem.
Okay, enjoy your dinner, man.
Thank you, mate. Catch you later. Catch you guys later. YouTube, TikTok, I'll be on tomorrow, and let's see. Hopefully the chart's a bit better. Take care. Have a good one. Until tomorrow. All the best, guys. Cheers, team. Bye for now.